100 fucking wrestlers through the bleachers, all snuggled in there, Nike, sleeping in the bleachers. One second. Is there anything you want to work on for you? I'm doing things
Besides taking laxatives.
What's that?
Is there anything you want to work on besides taking laxatives?
We're not taking laxatives this morning.
We're not doing that this morning.
So I was thinking, I was thinking about positions that you're really good at that you might get stuck in, and since you've always been in a top half lock position, you're gonna do something from time. It's called like pimp hand half guard split. So let's get to that half guard and you're framing with an overhead. So as I put you in this position that you probably haven't put in this position, it's harder when you do it with the torso. So me doing it to him, the Brady is a little less effective than him.
So we're crossbody and then that is quarter guard?
It's gonna be half guard. So let me go over this. A 2-minute review. Close guard. He's in my close guard. I've got him in my close guard. Half guard. 1 in, 1 out. So any variation of 1 in, 1 out. Let me retract from here. Open guard. Open guard. Open guard. Shit. Open guard.
Even if I'm all the way in and his closed guard is open, that's another guard.
Half guard. Knee cut. Quarter guard. Knee over. 3/4 guard.
Okay.
So, when someone's talking about quarter guard, sometimes they'll mix 3/4 guard and 1/4 guard. Just know that you're one angle trapped.
Okay.
You know, one's almost mounted, one's almost in slice. You don't know, like, I'm not right. So anyway, this right here, what he's doing is his hips are over, basically his prop is over my right hip, but his body control is over by my shoulder, right across my control. So for him to really do really well, he needs to spread out my head from my hips. So this knee is going to be his base. Because right now, if I can do the old traditional trap, and roll, that'd be great if he's sprawled out. He's not up on fours, not two. You know that concept of trap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, right here, because my head is up and away from my hips, I have no power to fight. You need to give shoulder justice. Now, tweak this way, and I'm pinned. I'm going to use this left hand to overhook. I'm going to use this hand to overhook. And then I'm going to get this inside leg between his knees. I'm just going to drape it over his ankle or his shin. I'm just trying to keep it so that he can't elevate this knee up and over my thigh to go down. That's all I'm really trying to do. I'm going to try to block with this thigh, but I'm not really effective because my hips are thin. My butt is basically to the mat. I can't elevate this left hip to bring this knee in. Eventually, you go to the left leg. But this is what I'm worried about. For any of you guys who do anything for me, he brings the left knee up to my elbow. It kind of defeats everything. So now he's elevated his position. He can bring that right knee over, and that's what I'm worried about. Okay? So, if I can get to this position, I'm going to tuck my chin. If I need to give me a good shoulder press, I might buy time by reaching over, reaching down, and crunching a little bit. So that just relieved a little bit of stress on my lower back. I'm still overhooking the trap fist. This hand needs to immediately go to that knee. Because he's going to feel this, he's going to start resisting with that back knee. That's going to allow me to shrimp and butterfly. This little bit is going to help me from feeling snatched. So watch, if you give me a good pressure, get across it, and now I'm trying to top, you're going to hear straight on my voice. So before he brings this knee up, overhook my middle leg, almost simultaneous. This is going to be contingent on what he comes in. I don't want to tell it, but I want to block it before he brings it up. If he brings it up, I'm trapped. If he brings it up and gets his elbow under my knee, or knee under my elbow, I'm trapped. I'm going to have to fight my way here and then shrink. So that's all we're going to start on. Does that make sense for you? Will that help you?
Yeah.
Have you ever used any of that?
So I usually lump it and bring my leg up because my throw off's pretty decent.
So he's got a lot of tools because he's good at the top position of this, so he's got some answers for it. But this is something I don't think we've done over.
I think Tanner's gone over it a couple times, but I keep getting to there and forgetting to get the other side.
With you, you're gonna get better practitioners, they're gonna say to your hand.
Right.
Sometimes, threaten lifting. To get there, let's get you up on the board. Good. So review just for the start. One person's gonna be on top, one person's gonna be on bottom. You're basically at the start, you're being a dead fish. This is where I never want you to start. I'm gonna slowly build up my defense, overhook, and kind of boot onto his calf or ankle. Okay, and I want this person, once they feel that, I want them to give them a little crossface. Right here with this pin pan, as they call it. If it's really strong, because Brady's gonna be able to extend it, you might have to do that. Okay? But what I'm doing when I'm simultaneously doing that, I'm kind of bringing my knee. Because eventually, what we talked about 2 weeks ago, bringing this knee up. Right? But I can't bring this knee up until I shrimp, create space for my hips. I don't have the knee mobility flexibility to bring it like that. I might have to humble in. I'm over butterflies. But all I'm trying to do is create space for this. So let me have him do it. So he's really good at getting on his side. He's bringing his feet to his butt. He's getting on the side. He's not letting me get. His default is to a good position. So whenever he falls in a roll, he's always going to fall down. Right now, he's going to fuck up. Let me get my position. Yeah. So as he starts creating space, he's already got his foot hooked over. Beautiful. Overhook with the left hand. Boom. As soon as I feel this, I'm going to try to double down. Overhook. Nice. And he's got this great seat. He's got my arm trap. So, it's not necessarily going to the sweep just yet. So I create space. No, I'm not saying there's a negative. I want him to have that flow because he's a few days out. And this is what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. Just, I want you to see those connections. Nothing wrong at all. If you feel comfortable doing it, let's not fuck up the first series. If you got it, great. We'll move on. Any questions? Okay. For heights?
Yep.
I'll go with you. Nice and slow. I'd rather have 5 really good ones than 10 wrong ones. Beautiful, horrible position for you. Okay. Even here, you can feel how I'm. There. Shoulder justice. Sorry. Come on back. You're fine. We're not even working the suit. What you're doing is showing space to your side, but you did. You'll feel it. So this is a great start. But right now we're saying you failed. Okay. So even from here, I might push my hand out and I don't want you to do this. So now, when you're right in the upper bottom.
When you want it, you got a good pressure.
This thing?
Yeah. When you don't,
You just you guard. You can guard or before you do. Once you shrimp out. And when you do this, I want you to elevate your knee here and bring this knee to the side. Switch. Right here is your right tree. Almost bring that left hand.
get that. That's good.
And then the left one to go to. Elevate this to the sky.
There. And both your hips under.
You can go either way like you did. I just want to there and just give you a little bit more pressure. Smash you a little bit. And here often, because this is what happens. This is really good. What I need to do instinctually is if you do this and you don't prevent this foot, I'm going to pummel it under my butt. You're no longer going to cut. I don't have this space for this little bit more. So you're almost doing this, but you don't want me to get in here. You're kind of like, yeah. You're using a push-pull, grip, frame, hook, whatever you want to call it. I'm not able to pull this way. I'm not able to get out this way. I don't like that, but I really want to smash your shoulders.
This is important. This is important. You give me a shoulder.
I love it. So, and that's also thinking on that, putting that knee down. I compensate by sprawling with you.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm saying
Okay.
so just for your defense, once you come in your, I want to be right foot. I'm with my for defense. just want you to come in. Two getting stuck right here. Maybe there's I don't have any control. All I have is this frame. And if I do a really horrible job here, you can keep this position, pull my elbow up to this guy.
This elbow?
This elbow. Shot good. And bring your knee in. Get
Left knee in?
Yeah. Like, let's you're already getting ready to pass. Yeah. Because I can't take your foot. So I just want you to know that I'm coming through. So this is why I'm trying to get your foot really up. I'm trying to sometimes I have to work backwards. You can see what I'm trying to get this down. So right here, if you're stuck, what would you do? Would you smash me or would you try?
If I'm the one that's stuck,
Yeah.
I have a little bit of control here. I don't want you with this.
Right. So I'm still trying to keep this. If I don't get this, I'm gonna get this.
I chose to go inside, but that keeps your elbow and knee together. If I would have went outside, it would have.
You're still not losing.
Okay.
So I want you to think of, even if you give me a cross, but you're not gonna get a cross, because you're worried about your legs now. Right here, I've got this 100, which is great. I'm gonna shoot over. You can see I'm starting this. This little battle that I'm on. So, yep. Now just come on. It'll be easier when you're able to get this knee just a little bit above my head. But you can feel the pressure. I'm increasing the pressure, right? So instead of having that 5, just claw under my, I want that knee to come out. See what I'm doing? What you doing?
Yep.
You'll see Brendan do it. I'm doing your right side because typically, normally, a lot of people go to your right side to pass. You should train both sides. I don't know. I'm not saying. Do as I say, not as I do. So this is great because he's already doing this. This is his default. This is a great little crowbar that he may have mentioned. Let's say you're not even starting with that. You're fucked up. Right? Cool.
On top, on pressure, please. There we go.
See this right knee, Andy?
Yep.
I'm gonna drive into him. Just gonna give him sweep.
Got it.
So,
The only thing I would say different for you is when you get this knee in, as he starts to come over, you just kept it down. If I can, as we come over, if I extend, his center of gravity goes from here-ish to here. I don't have to lift him as far to make him fall.
that's the next point I was gonna put.
Sorry.
Andy. No, you're good. I was gonna have you do it so you can show it because he does it well. Even though he's got knees that we need to. I use more caution than he does. But what you were doing was you're elevating with the top of your quad instead of bringing that knee out, which then gives you that shin. So let's Brent do it. And what I want you to see is you're elevating with your thigh
Yes.
here.
Yep.
So all I want you to do is build a daylight with that knee. Butterfly. So once you got that left butterfly, this knee came up to a great butterfly. So we're trying to set up a path of success. So when I'm on top, I'm really trying to stick with his knee, or his hip, or his knee and his hip. So my knees are pitched on his knee or his hamstring. I'm kind of pumping into his right hip. And I probably don't start off with a good cross race, because people follow me and I get elevated. But once I start getting things, I'll try to close out. So now you can go on my legs, I go outside out, and then step forward. You can even shrimp, but he guys need. He doesn't need to shrimp just yet, because he got his knee in first.
So once I get that knee in, that's where I would start shrinking, making some distance. I get the other butterfly.
Slowing the process, like extend that bit, like get that post out, get that knee in, use that shin as leverage.
some of these, if you do out of order,
Sure.
out of sequence, because like, let's say he does a really good job of hiding his foot, like I was telling you, and I can't get in. I'm gonna throw him on the hip, but I already told you it's kind of a waste, because if I push his knee, his hip's not gonna be able to clench. I got it over, because if I don't, he's gonna start posting out. So I'm overlooking. If he does post out, I'm trying to get hurt. All I'm doing is getting the knee out. This is what Brandon's got to do first. That's pin hand, palm up, extend it down with the bone. It's not like an extension when you press it, it's just a frame. So if he tries to bring his knee in, he's actually going to give him space to shrink. And then, this is a real active butterfly. I'm hook, so I'm bringing my toes up to my knee, contracting my shin muscle, and my knee is elevated to the ceiling. Boom. And the more he pushes into me, the more I'm able to elevate his hips. And that's pretty good. I'm not using muscle, you can tell I'm using what, center of gravity? Yeah. His head is over his center of gravity. But if he postures up, for example, my body, my elbows, my chest, no longer lift. So that's what chest.
It's keeping it tight, keeping that center of gravity. 'Cause if he's coming up, then that's when you lose.
Until you need it. So what I can't do, like I was talking to Brady, when I'm in butterfly guard, his goal is to kill both of my knees. And the way he does that is by getting my knees to my butt. Most of the time when I'm doing it, I use my thighs and I just crush everything in. I put my head in the center of the chest. What I need to do in butterfly guard is I need to have underhooks. And I want to have a little bit of space. That way when I'm ready to rock and move,
That's what Tanner says. If you've got an athletic partner who doesn't mind floating, I'm giving him movement. I'm going to pummel in the air, but most people won't do that.
Yeah.
But you saw it makes him think, oh shit.
I can just
First, but he knows he's out.
and so it's just a matter of, I'm just gonna grab that elbow, I can push the elbow out. One of Tanner's favorite things is whichever way the fingers are pointing is where the shrink is. Where's my hamstring? I'm pushing that way. So if I help it go that way,
Yeah.
or the elbows are always weak. If I've got a lot of weight there, I'm just gonna go, oh shit. Again, I'm trying not to be an ass to my training partners. I don't want to just smack his elbow and wrist lock him or fucking whatever. Just weird shit. So I can just grab that. Everything rolls. But you have two options for that. If I'm sitting splayed way the hell out here, it's just a matter of, oh shit, oh fuck. So much for that. Just a little boop.
So this is for me to get you guys thinking of getting breathing space, shrimping, regard, framing, not in that order, and then setting up your butterfly. But I want you to understand how to do an effective butterfly to avoid getting stuffed before you set it up. So I'm not teaching you butterfly or butterfly defenses because we're working to get to butterfly, but you gotta understand those active tools really have to be in there. It's like making a W, or I don't know what you want to call it, but I have to have these shins. This is what I'm carrying you with. I have to have my knees bent and my toes out. This is not a good active butterfly because
Wu-Tang is.
okay, so that's good. So this is what I want you to think of is this. In any position, I can still be in butterfly because I start elevating to one side. I'm now using my foot, but I'm still in that same position. And I'm elevating my knee and my shoulder. So, for me to stuff his butterfly, we'll start from the beginning. I'm going to hug his hips, I'm going to bring my elbows down by his gun holsters, and I'm going to bring his heels to his butt. He's still going to have his knees and feet in a good position, but I'm going to crush him by smashing his chest, like he said. He's trying to get everything nice and slow from the beginning of the butterfly. Wait a second. This is where he gets, like, damn it. He beat me to the butterfly, but now I'm walking my hips in, his heels are to his butt, my elbows are pinched so he can't get double underhooks, and my head is pinning his torso. And he's got answers for this too, he's doing really good, but you could see I immediately knew what he needed. I'm not extend it out, and I'm not loosey-goosey here. He can reach in with his underhooks, bring it in. This is what we want to avoid. So at all costs, you need to try to get under and avoid getting smashed. So we're just going to get the butterfly double underhooks. And everything is the same. The beginning is the same. The only thing we're going to pause now is at a good double underhook butterfly before the sweep. Boom.
Just chill.
I just want you guys to just hang out there. Because now your next one is going to be contingent on what I do. There's going to be different things that you can do from there.
And
Cool.
that gable grip across the back is really strong. You got a lot of arms, and especially gable, and then give it a little rotation at the wrist. Get your wrists involved too.
If we
Yeah,
got,
so for like me, that's buying me some time.
Yep.
it is.
Give me something rather than spazzing out.
But if you got Merlin, you're not going to have any problem gable gripping. You might even have to go butterfly with some people. Because, like I said, again, we're working on your length. Merlin, I have to double underhook like a reverse backpack. This ain't giving me shit, right? So be cognizant where your head's at, where their head's at, because what Merlin likes to do, I just have butterfly, and I can't get around him, and I'm here. He wins the head battle and gets his forehead under my chin. Now I've lost my position. My underhooks are kind of through him, right? So I might have to fight this battle with him. Big guys to get the deal.
Okay.
But I'm not worried about that. Very next one, it's butterfly double underhooks. Cool.
It's my face, not my ass. I know it's.
Did I say ass?
Is it though?
I couldn't tell.
I'm just.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if you were coming or going. So I'm going to do it. You're going to be on top now. That's that little head down. Your wrestlers are going to be really good at. But you can feel where your head was at. You were in a great position. Right? And then you got to sit right.
Yep. Cross space.
How good do you feel right?
Relatively, yeah.
One leg is pretty good. Which is tough. Just more shrinking to get a little bit more.
So I didn't want the same order, but I guess what I need.
And then get the structure flexible.
That's what I said. It's not always the same order. You get what you get. You're already down here. You've already got the strap. So you're not especially flexible. Don't be afraid to grab your shit. You just you can get it in underhooks. And you only have to get to here. Now, what am I doing? If I just stand there like you because once you get holding up toward your head, it's just a matter of turning your hips.
And just, it'll work itself out.
What I'm gonna do
Because the thing that I'm going to
shout
shout
at you.
to try and get it out is actually going to be more.
Your head to the chest. Don't give up the underhooks. So play with my head and work my head down on my neck and chest. It allows you to get underhooks. You can get rid of the neck. Now, this chest to chest connection, if I back up, you can extend your legs, sweep it, or you can pull my head in the mat and help it out. So, you're either going to have that, sit up, extend, or you can extend to the ready for, bring your head up. So we're going to start in the butterfly. Here we go. Shout. It gets where it needs to shout. You can get other things. So we need to get that one length. Get past the side. Look here. No. You want to be under my head. Yes, you said you can't do it. One second. I want you to set aside, stay your feet and bring them back in. Extend everything you can.
Ah, yes.
Steve does a lot of this, so when you extend and you roll back, that's great. I want you to extend. Scoop buddy, and then roll back. How's it feeling?
Good. We were just talking about little knee hip flexibility stuff. Just have to get the toes in and everything.
The one leg gets on the hip pretty easy, the other one doesn't get.
Show me the one you're having trouble with now. I can help you with that one because I do fumble this one a lot.
It wasn't pretty easy, and then trying to, depending on where it is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. When you get, if you start getting that right now, go ahead and pan that top kneecap right there. Just using that extension. I want you to shrimp out your butt out this way. Now, pummel your foot and elevate your knee.
Yeah, hold on. Takes a little bit more.
So if, I'll show you better. If he's just, he knows what I'm going for. And it's that, right here. My Hail Mary is there. But if I don't do anything with this, he's gonna bring that thigh and block my knee. He's gonna tumble. So I gotta make sure I create a little bit of space. I create this one. And I feel like I can't shrink. Because he's hugging my hip. I'm gonna start crossways. It's over because he didn't do anything. He's hugging my hip. See how his right hand's hugging my hip? I can't shrink. He knows I can shrink. So I'm gonna crossways. What does he do? He's gonna start elevating his head. I'm trying to get that. This is all I really need.
Yeah.
Sometimes we might be in this battle. Dude, if I get this, I'm gonna shrink out. And I still can't get in. Just got me. I don't lose any position in my hands here. So sometimes we have to manipulate this. I cannot learn this skill in my life.
You're muscle away.
Huh?
Too much muscle away.
So the reason why I don't do it is because your hip is so pinned in that. And even though your hips are, you don't really get it. And you're trying to open your hip, that doesn't open room for your breathing. So you have to do a little shut. But not lose that knee position at the same time. This is why we're framing this.
Body position. Don't
Yeah.
shrink yourself out of knee
So
position.
now you can start to climb up. So I don't want to do that, so I have to simultaneously give that knee a little bit of daylight so I can tweak this up, shrimp. We're running, extending from, are you doing that for doing butterflies? Yes. So what I want people to see, when you're doing great, is start from the underhooks. Don't deny it, 'cause I'm going to keep my elbows tight and I'm smashing. So from here, I'm in a good position to seal to his butt. So I want him to extend his feet and then bring his knees back in and go deep with these double underhooks.
Which almost seems counterintuitive because you're bringing him onto you, but it's getting him off center. You are the shoulder under.
I have to create enough space for myself.
Right.
So his hips are stuck in that because of my weight.
Yeah.
So his shins are pushing me away, brings my hips off of him. So what he's able to do is just push me back. But now what I want him to do is, when he gets those double underhooks, go boot sweep, then regard that knee. That's gonna bring him under my hips, so really elevating my hips higher than my head. And you're gonna see how he goes chest to chest, my head is low, my ass is high. So shallow, I'm actually stuffing him on heels to his butt, my elbows are tight. Shallow underhooks, extend his feet, underhooks, boot scoop, as he rolls back, look at that.
Do that sequence one more time so I can hear.
So without a partner, he smashed down the elbow. He smashed that in. All he has is that kind of shallow wrist, forearm deep underhooks. My heels into my butt. I'm gonna extend my feet while simultaneously sitting down. So I'm extending and going for that gable grip. Okay? So what I'm asking you to do now is extend, reach up, boot scoop. The only addition here is I'm emphasizing the boot scoop. So you're going to take a smash. Your heels are to your butt. Yeah.
Up and then it's.
Extend it to the outside and reach in, gable grip. So that was a hop. Now, as you bring your knees back to your chest, I want you to kind of yes, that way, boot scoop.
So it's a reverse shrimp. It's the reverse of a shrimp. Instead of being here and going out, I am here pulling in.
Think of a dog that's
Swiping his butt.
swiping his butt on the
Yep.
grass. It's going to work great for you because once you get those knees on either side of the hips, you're going to be able to elevate their hips. It's all contingent on this. So you might have to go butterfly. So it's about 30 years in. And I want, we're going to start from butterfly. We're going to put your heels to your butt. you're gonna get as far to your forearms.
So this left feel like a shady position, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of clean. So I want you to stand on your feet, deep under it. What do you have? Here, do a little boot scoot in.
Yeah.
So I need to add a boot scoot at the end. But you feel the difference in elevation
Yeah.
just by adding that little
Yeah.
reverse shoulder.
Just slide underneath it and
Steve does this. Wow. Very.
Yeah. Yes. It's just the counterintuitive, bringing somebody on top of you is, but I mean, it is what it is.
So, it's deep half guard. It's deep half guard.
Deep half there, yep.
So I want you to put your elbows around my corner, around your hips. You're in a great position. You're paying me. I got no mobility. If I do get to this position, you knowing that I'm shorter than you, I want you to just stand up on both your feet and you're going to straddle my feet. So right here, go ahead and stand up, put all your weight on me, on your chest, and elevate. If you get your chest comes lower, your hips get lighter, put both your feet in and bring your knee like a flat. I can't elevate you. So I just want you to know that that's your defense. Because now you can hit switch. It's not going to be your defense.
Right, I stuffed a butterfly like that the other day, but it's so light, it was just like,
So for you,
But it's not, when you get good at butterfly, Steve does this to me all the fucking time.
Yes.
Little 150-pound Steve,
yeah,
all the time.
dig it.
So I've got shallow unders. Just get a butterfly. Wide knees. You're what? I'm not right there.
On your knees.
Yeah, on your knees. There you go.
Now, bring bring your elbows to his hips and your knees to your elbows.
That's the position. And head on my chest. Your head's spinning. This is where you want to be. This is the defense. Yeah. You're not going to stand up once I start executing this butterfly. You're going to do a hip switch. Without telling you, I'm going to tell you what it feels like when I do it. So I'm extending and sitting up and reaching for my double impacts. Boom. I'm going to boot scoot. As I start boot scooting, I want you to back step with your left knee to the clock. Move yourself down. Before I'm able to get my butterflies in, I want you to back step. It'll still work for you, but you got a little bit more.
Yeah, there's more to go.
Can you stand up like I was trying to say? Or no, let me show you. I want Brady to see. I'm not proud of him, but I'm going to try to do this sometimes. Beating is. Go ahead, stand up.
Okay.
it's,
Stand up.
I'm almost like having to let go of the position knowing that I can stand up. Because your length is going to allow you now to just
Hop on
throw
over.
that crouch.
Dummy pass or that back step pass. Just go back to your Torianos.
So all of this is fighting from a bad position when you let me get to half guard and then I smash you. And you're going to reverse this position to get to me. Pass. Now, control me. Get the move of the day.
Butterfly, boots to the end.
So that looks really dynamic, but you already execute 95% of the move. Control, entry, sweep. And this is all your game. This is stuff you're already doing from the top, but also the dissect from the bottom. If you get somebody at your level and they do your move against you, it's frustrating. Because you do to me. But that's what I'm like. I'm always proud when you guys do something. That's what we do. You should know. You have time to roll or? Or you're not.
I'd love to roll.
Any questions?
Roll with me.
Do you want to be in that position? This is my request, and then these guys can coach us through.
Yeah, I like doing like a role where we have people telling us what to do through because and being able to pause in the role, so it's not like a falling role. That's really helpful for me.
Or if you prefer, I know you both really enjoyed the 2-for-1. If you want to do that, that's also an option. Because the size just makes it hard to do a full roll with each other.
Come here, buddy.
We'll start on one and then we'll do get with the advantageous position.
So, you get 2 moves.
You get two. do it. I'm like this, and
Okay. How are you feeling? You get one. What's your best move rate? Just elbow adjust this.
one,
Okay.
So you know he needs a butterfly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to stuff the butterfly.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Yeah, bring that knee in. I would have gone with my other knee in, because
That's
now you
fine.
have, what's your butterfly?
So Andy, just bring your left foot. You don't even have to shrimp. Actually, go back to where you
Yeah, go back to where you are. Don't lose that.
I want you to just bring your heel to your butt. Bring your ballerina to your down.
You were here.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. It's right there.
It's just right there.
That's one movement.
That's one.
Now, I would pummel.
nope, pummel,
Yep, I would pummel that one in. There's two.
I'm gonna give you a suggestion.
No, right, when it's in it.
Keep your chest here. Tripod your ass in the air and get on the balls of your feet simultaneously. By keeping your chest to the chest. Higher. Higher. Keep feet closer to his butt. Nope. Okay. Pause. Get off his chest for a second. I want you to really just think of this. Bring your ass higher in the air. He's got no butterflies.
3 feet closer.
There you go.
There you go.
If you can hop even closer, your feet up closer to your elbows. Look at that. Andy, how do you feel?
my chin's up.
Yeah. So now you've got your chest to chest connection and you can't control your hips. So that's your one move that is going to work for you. Maybe. That's one move and that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll count it as a win.
Yeah.
So it's not the bottom.
How did that feel? Did all of that make sense?
Other than his weight on me and those butterflies, you just can't hang out there for very long. So just
Yeah, you can.
He doesn't see it yet, but he's going to start seeing that chest. As long as your chest is lower, you can elevate your hips in multiple positions.
You get that. Here.
Good. All right.
You
Brady gets two.
one.
So now this is where torso discrepancy comes into. I
Hold
will
on. I would
do
do
that.
justice there.
Okay.
take your elbow out and put it on the left side of his neck. Put your elbow there. Now you know he's got to block your left knee. But now he's kind of stuck. That's a better position for you because of the
So
torso.
instead of this,
Yeah, because you don't have the leverage for that. You're too far down.
okay,
But, and I would elbow, so instead of, so in a natural position, say it's here. So just real quick, if you take his head all the way over here, he loses strength. Do the same thing the other way now. Arm comes over, elbow pushes it, now he's losing strength.
He's going to turn to his right because he needs to frame that way to create space to shrink. So you're kind of giving him what he wants, right? We'll count the shrimp with the knee in as one move. So right here, Brady, you're having trouble with this one.
Yeah.
Again, rotate your knee up to the ceiling. You don't need to do that, but that's fine. But you see how bringing it up, instead of bringing it to your right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, out and in if you need to. Yep. And make it a good butterfly. Once you get that left one in, I want that toe going up to your kneecap. Your left foot. Yeah. So what are you thinking, Andy?
From here. Try to extend, that's
Cool. That's fine.
That's good. So I want you feel awkward here, right? Where's your base at? Where are you based?
this, and this, and this, so there's three.
You have 3 bases, and good extension on the other hand, you're in a pretty decent base position.
You're not in a bad position. It feels awkward.
If he sweeps, I want you to think starfish and extend out as far as you can. Because he's gonna go for this. He's like, I got big enough to sweep right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So your move, Brady.
Okay, so I'd probably try to reclaim my hook there. And then
I would say no.
No.
You're already, you already should move on that one. Your butterfly's already good. You get your right foot as a butterfly right there. You don't, we won't count that as a move. So your right knee's gonna go to the ceiling or out to.
well, he's blocking my knee.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So that was why I thought.
That's fine.
Wait,
I didn't see it, but it's fine.
So, in this particular spot, I might try and underhook that leg. He's a smaller opponent. Underhook that leg, bring it up to your head.
We'll count that as two moves because you would underhook the leg and overhook that your left elbow. I like it. That's it.
You only get one.
Took two last time.
I did take you last
Fine.
night.
Just take one. What are you doing from here?
Okay.
Nice little bump and shrimp. I like it. Two moves. There you go. Stop.
Where's your problem right now? Where do you want to go?
So he's
So what's stopping you?
He's creating space, right?
Yeah.
Create space. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
Because you know he's created this space, he's trying to reguard. Hand, bring this little hand, now I should bring it under. Put this by his way. Now I can't. I'm speaking like a forklift. So just, that's one move. But from here, it seems counterintuitive because you're trying to control his hips. But his hips are creating space. So by you wanting to hook his leg, you can't do that. What Tanner's been doing also is on the inside of him. And put it that out. So now if he tries to regard his butt's going to that. So you got two, the forklift sweep or hitting it outside. So just from here without counting as a move, go ahead and try to regard him. He's flexible, he can get there, but he's not. So from this position, I want you to think of, do I want to, you can even do this. Just put your fist right here. That's not about position, regarding. I'll do that soon. Eventually I can do that. If not, because if you go, I don't know if that's not going to do anything, so if you go to scooping, you kind of can't pull him into that.
I mean, my thought was like get this down, because I don't think that leg was quite as far out, but I had this 15 years old right now.
You're
Just hop over.
So you wouldn't be able to hop over.
So you can't try to clean that push that down, but it's just a matter of now you using your ankle. Now it's just like be a dog or something like that. Push all your way on your left knee, extend your knee out here, so that's you using your leg. So that's the time to work. You have to balance that.
Yeah. He can't, if Andy's doing the right thing, he actually has his right hand into the left hip. That's the problem with folks coaching in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, is you can't see what's going on the other side of the body. So, yes, all of that, absolutely true. You're not going to be able to catch that now in your hand. He's not only making space with his hips, but his frame is keeping him away. So one of the things you have to do is kill the hip movement. However you want to do that. Forklift smash. And I would take this knee and clear that.
Bring your left knee into your center of your body and on the inside of his elbow. So you're gonna bring it in and then out over the.
There we go.
That's your two knees. That's an half the way to do the frame or shooting. Or bridging, which you done. You got the side. Or just stand up.
Yeah, just stand up.
So you decide to frame. Right here, I would put my hands on his body sometimes. He's got frames and he's got all this stuff, but I'll put it in his armpit. Sometimes his armpit. If he wants to, yeah.
And yeah, from here you still have one more move. So back step, long step.
I would kick the right leg back, straight back. I'm gonna keep it straight back. And then probably just knee slides. Not, well, you don't have enough.
You don't want to move.
I was thinking from here, slide in there.
Sure, that works. Sure.
Okay,
So
Yep.
from here, you're not in a great position. I would just hold on. So I would go for the self-defense. Not something that you're going to do in a tournament. Take your palm to the lower part of his face and push it away.
smash.
Uh,
That leaves a lot.
It does leave that arm out there, which is the problem with it, but it keeps him off of your ribs a little bit. And assuming you had normal jujitsu to do, you can throw your leg over and kick him away, and you're reverse it.
So left leg over the top of him.
Yeah.
you're flexible to do that.
Like that. Hey, look at that. More. One more. Nice stuff. Yep.
This, so I'm not gonna speak for you. I love this. It connects the links in the chain. I think you're doing a great job. I don't know if my spazziness is whatever, but this is effective in slowing out and seeing the position and cleaning the position. So it kind of opens the links up a little bit and back. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Nobody keeps this in class because we have 5 people, and the strength teaches 5 people. So what I taught at the beginning is what I'm teaching class. Now I'm giving my private. Because the offense and defense.
This is why we're thinking about these things. These are the things that you don't have the time to think about. What's the time? But yeah, that's the white belt journey. I'm trying not to fucking die. This guy's gonna fucking kill me. When you get past that, then you start going, hey, what's he doing over there? Oh, he's just distracting me over there. I should pay attention to something else. Why is he pulling on that collar? Is he telling me something about that collar, or is he distracting me with that collar? What else is going
Well,
on?
here, and it's not about food, but it really is kind of like a hurt part. You're just here for the laugh. Because I'm following one way, and he's touching me. I'm going one way, and he's like, oh, I know where you're going. And it's just a non-verbal, fucking son of a motherfucker. Ah! So this is what was going on in our body, and you're rocking, obviously. Your combative body is still transitioning from striking, kicking to this, which is fine. You guys both doing good. What do you think? I was thinking about going to the temple last night.
I want my lunch money back.
I want my knee to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to do this. I mean, people are really good. It's like it's not how big or small. They're just fun. And it's such a global position because you can feel I'm comfortable floating and I hit a switch and I try to pass, but it doesn't always work.
Right.
It's kind of where sometimes it gets Canada, but it's got an answer for it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. He lets me elevate, go fine, you want to be athletic. You know?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, take it.
And your bottom half on your side control, you're not giving that arm up, not giving that neck arm, not giving that person, not giving the coaches. That's going to be your city. So if anything, if you get that position this weekend, I want you to at least on the flat on shoulder. Right. Or to keep it. It's like, man,
You're good.
yeah. Because I was thinking about this one. I hate when you do this to me, effectively at the top. I'm not doing this to you.
Right.
Kind of fumbling back to guard, but so. I think you do well. For you, I don't know who the fuck you're going